Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we've got a couple of cryptic messages that have dropped from Raid. I've got to say, my initial feeling is that I'm scared. I'm scared of 2023 with Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, I'm going to drop... I'll drop through the messages. I'll drop through the events that they're kind of talking about here. And I'll tell you why I'm feeling very nervous about 2023. And I should be feeling excited, but honestly, I'm not at the moment. I'm feeling nervous, so I hope they prove me wrong. So basically, we've had this info drop here. Everyone across Teleria and far beyond is eagerly awaiting this huge event, the 4th anniversary. So I think this is Raid's 4th anniversary. I feel like they have several anniversaries a year, but some of it's Plarium, some of it's Raid, some of it's to do with the kind of sister or the mother company, I guess, Aristocrat. But yeah, I guess they're calling out January as the 4th anniversary of Raid Shadow Legends. This new stage will be broadly celebrated and filled with new challenges, goals, and milestones. Keep the finger on the pulse because the Titan event will open in January. Don't miss the opportunity to earn Titan points. So it's a new currency they've not mentioned before. And get amazing rewards. Let's watch the little video they've prepared for us here. Can I do it? Yeah. So it's a Surga, just kind of casually strolling around, looking fierce. And then she meets some sort of what looks like one of those. You know when you're like, oh, what do you call it? When you're whacking the thing, you're blindfolded. Do you know what I mean? It looks like she meets one of those, but it could be a boss. But she basically smacks it down and then she celebrates. It could be a boss, I guess. Doesn't look like a boss to me. Looks like it's just a bunch of paper, but she's very happy with herself. She's got rewards around her. We've got the 4th anniversary jobby up here. So that's all like, okay, so far we don't know a lot. Yeah, you with me? So far we know very little. So let's get back to the kind of next set of messages then, which came through yesterday, which are just like the last digest of the year. Yeah, and they kind of go through here. You know, this year's been a tough year. Yes, for the guys certainly out in Ukraine, it's been horrendous. And fair play to keep the game moving in the way they have, honestly. They then talked about a couple of the champions they've added, Taras and Marishka, who have got some of the heritage of Ukraine, and they're pleased that people are happy with those. Honestly, they're both absolutely insane Void Legendary champions. They talked about Gaelic and Zardala having a lot of fun with this snowball fight. And then they talked about the things which honestly has got me pretty petrified. So the beginning of next year promised to be an eventful one. Yeah, they talked about this Titan event. Then they're talking about the beginning of next year being eventful. I think these two things might be kind of one and the same here. Including some features that will reveal why the year of PvP was announced. It was meant to be this year, got put on hold. Now they're talking about it being next year. And then they go on to say, don't forget there's a gift coming tomorrow. And next CVC tournament is going to have personal rewards. So what I think is happening here, what I think is going on, is I think they're going to be launching the 3rd piece in the PvP puzzle, the pinnacle. I hope they do it in a similar way, honestly, to what they've done in Eternal Evolution, which I'm playing alongside, where it's like a knockout system. They've done it in a really fun way. So everybody starts in the event. Yeah, and you know, you've got big boys matched with small guys, but like 5 of 7 go through the first group. So even if you're a small guy, chances are if you play it well, you can get through. You then go into the reduced groups because only 5 got through out the 7. Same again, knockout. And then you start to get with basically the strong people against the strong. And slowly but surely, you go through to have a winner. It's actually a really fun system because I'm not a big guy in the game. I'm free to play. And I got through like 3 rounds. But I felt like I wanted to try and win. Compare that to 3v3. I couldn't give an arse. Like, I couldn't give an arse what tier I'm in 3v3. Honestly, it's the most disinteresting thing to me in the game. I just feel like there's so little reason to do it that it's laughable, honestly. So they're talking about big rewards, and there should be, you know, again, I've only got one reference, which is Eternal Evolution. They're not the only game that have done this, I think. But the further you got through the different rounds, the better the rewards you got. If you got through a round at all, you got rewards. The higher you placed in those different groups, you got different rewards for that. And it just felt like, yeah, I want to push. Even though I know when I was going out, I knew I couldn't get through. But I knew that if I came third instead of fourth, I got better rewards. I actually tried. To win fights. I don't try and win fights here. If I'm going for a plat reset, yeah, I try and win fights here. There is some reason, but honestly, the rewards stink in here as well. So I'm hoping that this is going to be good. So let's come back to why am I a bit afraid of this. And I'll use my account as an example, right? Can I push plat? Yeah. Can I get into plat? Yeah. Can I compete with the top end of plat? No, it's like a different game. It's like they're in a different game mode to me. And I reckon my account, yeah, don't forget, Filthy Whale, I do write off packs, yeah, against my business. Doesn't mean I don't spend the money, by the way. Like, some people are like, I just write it off, no worries. That's still my future income I'm writing off, yeah? But I do. I write off packs, and I pull more shards than the average human being, yeah? For sure. And I've bought a couple of blessing packs, not many, 2 packs actually. And yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. So with all that going on, over the 3.5 years I've played this game, I reckon I've got to have spent at least 30 grand. Yeah, and possibly closer to 40, possibly 50. And that's the scary thing. It's such a massive boundary. I don't even want to know what it is. But it's somewhere between the 30 and the 50, and I don't know what that number is. I don't even begin to guess, okay? I don't know. But that's what I've spent, something like that. And you look at my account. Yeah, I've got a +4 up here, a +3, and then a couple of pluses. I could plus a couple more up to like +1s and 2s. I do have a full faction guardian, yeah, and I've got a lot of gold. I do have a lot of gold champions, yeah? But you compare me to the top of plat, who honestly have got +4s on the meta. They have almost the meta +4'd up. And then they've got the 6-star blessings on the meta. And then they would have now ascended all of their gear. That's good up to like 6-star. Like, they have got an insane amount more stats than anyone else. Yeah, if I look at my Cupidus here, this is what I'm worried about with Raid right now. My Cupidus, for being empowered +4, gets all of these extra stats. Yeah? So you're talking like, what, 7k of my 56 here is the empowerment number in HP. 600, you're probably talking about 8% of my damage, 10% of my crit damage here is through my empowerment. And obviously we've got Great Halls and that sort of stuff as well. We've got the Faction Guardians as well. So for the average person, at least 10% of our damage is through empowerment and Faction Guardians. You then got to add in the blessing, right? So if I take my Domlock here, what he gets for his blessing, depends which one you take, you pretty much get another chunk of damage if you choose it, or at least protection. Yeah, so you've got that above other people as well. If you then look at the gear ascension, and a good example here would be this dude. I know he's got a chest that I can ascend up. He's going to get another 20% attack on top of this. So it's another third again in terms of the damage that I got from this chest. And the thing is, you start adding all those increments up, and the game has moved from high spenders will do better. Yeah, we always knew that. High spenders do better. However, free-to-plays, long-term free-to-plays could mingle with the big boys. They could. 100% they could. Yeah, and I've seen it. I've seen it happen, right? You needed luck. You needed some meta champions. You needed good gear rolling and stuff. Someone who started free-to-play a year ago couldn't mingle with the big boys, but someone who started back when the game was launched could be in the mix. But now I think that's impossible. I think they've moved from, look, your game is pay to win, but free-to-players can play it and be in the mix. I think they moved away from that, and now it's like, if you are not absolute Kraken, then you cannot win this stuff. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. Like, if they drop a PvP mode similar to what I've described, then I think it'll be a lot of fun to do. But I do fear for Raid saying it's going to be the year of PvP when they just keep adding mechanics which are incredibly pay to win. Like, to the point where it's a bit egregious, really. Yeah, when you're talking about the chances of someone +4 in without spending a ton of money is just so slim. It's so slim. And then you've got a +4, an actual champion that can do something in the arena. Yeah, and then you've got to find the blessing. Like all of these things incrementally adding up, it's so incredibly difficult to do. It's incredibly difficult to do, even if you're splurging cash, let alone if you're not. So I do worry about this kind of the game state. I do worry about the year of PvP. And I hope they've got a system that they make it fun for, you know, the majority of the players are not that Kraken. The majority of the players are people that play relatively casually, and I hope they're thinking about that. They need to make it enjoyable, otherwise they're going to hemorrhage players. So that's why I'm fearful, but I'm interested to see what they do. Hopefully it's something cool. If it's something fun, great. I'm up for that. If they at the same time want to just rework 3v3, oh, please do that as well. Please at least make it a competitive game mode and reduce the amount of hits or something. I don't know. Just anyway, I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.